A very good afternoon to you. My name is Dixon, and today I'm back with another interesting topic. I need to guide my clients on how to establish a business. First, I'm going to guide you on things that you need to know before taking a business loan because you have to understand a loan is not money for consumption. A loan it's a money that is supposed to start and improve your business. So, what are you supposed to do so that you ensure maximum profitability of the loan that you have acquired from a bank or from whichever lending institution, from SACCOs and microfinances? Some loans also might come from friends. So, since you will have to pay this money, a loan is money that is meant to be repaid back. So, what are you going to do to ensure that you are paying your loan well and you don't have to experience difficulties with paying your loan in between during the repayment time or that won't lend to default? So, first thing that you need to do is to have a clarity of your business. And by clarity of your business, I mean that you have to understand what problem are you solving with your business and who are your target customers. Then you have to ensure that there is a real demand for the products that you are going to offer, whether goods or services. So ensure that the business venture that you are pursuing is not based on personal interest. Ensure there is a real demand for your business. Then the next thing that you need to understand is the market research. I've always said that before you start whichever business that you would want to pursue out there, ensure that you have done adequate market research so that you ensure there is real demand for your goods. So ensure that you understand the competition that is out there. Ensure that you understand customer preferences. Ensure also you understand the pricing of or the commodities that you are going to sell in your business. Also ensure that you understand the market trends, how demands shift with time. Then you are going also to consider your business model and revenue plan. So ensure that you know how much sales are you expecting to drive in a day. What profit margins are you expecting for your business within a period of time? It could be on a daily basis, a weekly, or on a monthly basis. So ensure that you create a good estimate of monthly income versus your monthly expenses. So for any business that you start out there, have a business plan. What are you going to spend in business, and what is the amount of income that you are going to make from your business? Then understand capital requirement, and by understanding capital requirement, here you are required to calculate how much you really need to start your business. So do not overborrow. So because you are starting a business, you go out there, a business that could start with at least a million shilling, you go out there and borrow a loan for 3 million. What for? So where are you going to take the 2 million that you have overborrowed? So ensure that you borrow exactly the adequate amount that is needed to start your business. You can allow maybe a 10% of the loan as miscellaneous. So on top of the exact calculations that you have done for your business, allow at most 10% of the principal amount that you've borrowed as miscellaneous, because miscellaneous expenses might come year end there. So there are some unseen business expenses that you might not have realized as you are developing your business plan. Then understand cash flow awareness. So you need to start a business that you understand well, that you understand its cash flow. Also start a business that you know it won't interfere with your liquidity, because your liquidity as an investor also matters. So there are some of the businesses that you might start out there, and you realize with the time that they have taken all your liquidity, they have taken all your cash flow. You are now left with this bills. You are struggling. New ideas come, you cannot venture into them. So ensure that for every business you start, it's well understood, and ensure that it's a business that is going to resort to profitability. Then ensure that you can sustain the loan repayments during the period that your business are not stabilized enough to start catering for its own loans. You understand by nature of operation, some businesses that we start today, they have a likelihood of taking maybe up to 6 months. Some will take up to 1 year for you to break even and realize profit. So you are always encouraged to ensure that you have a backup plan, that you'll start paying your loan before your loan your business matures enough to take care of the loan that you borrowed from a bank. So ensure that your personal savings or your personal income, maybe from a salary point of view, it's able to pay for your loan installments without struggle. Then you have to do a risk assessment. So when you start a business, or rather when you're planning to start a business, you need to ask yourself a lot of questions, what if questions, where things might go south, where the dynamics of maybe economy might change or they might shift to the worst scenarios, and your business is no longer making money. So you have to consider the risks that are involved in the business that you are and venture that you are taking, because some business you might want to close them up, but then liquidating the items that you had purchased for business becomes a problem. So ensure that every business venture that you undertake out there, you have an exit strategy. You are aware of the risks that are involved in running the business, and when it comes to termination, how do you end, or rather, how do you close up your business and you recover some of the money that you invested in that business as capital. So it's always to be one step ahead of your business, access the trends that are the emerging trends, and understand when to be in business and when to quit, so that you don't capsize your funds further. So that is it about risk assessment. Also look at legal and regulatory compliance. I've always said that before you try any kind of a business, you have to understand the legal requirements that are around that business. Ensure that you have the right licenses. Ensure that you have the right permit to operate your business, so that you don't find yourself conflicting with legal requirements. Also, look at personal commitment. Ensure that any business that you start out there, that you have enough time to monitor your business. How committed are you? Do you have the right energy to run that business? Because there are businesses that will start out there and they will drain your energy completely. So anytime you think of starting a business, ensure that it doesn't interfere with your peace, it doesn't interfere with your lifestyle, and where needs be for it to interfere with the lifestyle, ensure that you are flexible enough to adjust and accommodate your business in your daily operations. Then I'll emphasize on ensuring that you have a repayment capacity. Just like I've said, you ensure that when the loan is not in a position to pay for itself, ensure that you have option A, B, C that can cater for that loan repayment. Because when banks and circles start coming after you, they interfere with your concentration to the business. You get stressed. Sometimes you might make financial decisions that might not favor you at all, and you will end up making losses. Then I'll say, before you take any kind of a loan, there is always an advice that you should take positive. Ensure that you consider alternative funding to your business, because you might find that a business that you are taking a loan for today, it's a business that you could have saved for. So consider whether you can do a personal or joint savings towards opening up a business that you are planning to open. Also consider grants. There are places where you find uh, you can get money which comes in form of grants to open your business. So instead of you getting a loan to finance a business that you could maybe finance through grants, ensure that you have exhausted all the possible avenues where you could get the grants. Also look at equity partners. Equity partners is where now you consider friends, family, and other potential investors that are in the same line with your idea of investment. Then I'll tell you about some common mistakes that people make when they are planning to start a business, or rather those that are in startups. The first mistake that you are likely to do is to borrow without a solid plan. So you borrow money to start a business, you don't even have a business plan, you don't have a business idea, you just assume that you will figure out things as time goes. So you borrow money that you have no budget or plan for. So you find that you have borrowed a loan, the money is resting somewhere in a bank account or in a SACCO's account, but that money has no plan. You have taken it with the purpose of maybe establishing a business or improving your business, but then you have now need to start and changing your plan. Then you take too much loan just because you have the ability and you qualify. Avoid the mistake of always getting too much money than you intend to have. Then ignoring cash flow gaps. Every business you start out there, there is the profitability aspect where you consider a business, you do calculation on paper, you realize this business is profitable. But once you start now venturing into that business, you realize it was not as profitable as you and thought. So there are those businesses that are profitable on paper, but they are broke in reality. So ensure that you understand anything around the business that you want to venture in. Then another major mistake that people make is mixing personal expenses with business money. So here is a case scenario. You have taken a loan, maybe of a million shilling. You want to start a business. Maybe you want to open a serious shop somewhere. You want to open maybe a mchanganyiko kiosk somewhere. Now you have a million shillings. Instead of you going now to get the particulars that you want to uh, keep in your store as goods, you go out there as you are doing the shopping. You find a nice looking shoe, you buy. All of a sudden now you have started developing the urge to own a car. You get a car that is worth maybe 300, 400,000. You buy also. This car will need fuel. This car will need a lot of maintenance because now a 300, 400,000 car is a car that requires you to know each and every mechanic that is in town. At times, you'll end up also becoming the next mechanic in town. So you have already diverted your funds. You have not achieved what you wanted to achieve at the word go. So ensure that you don't diversify your funds elsewhere, and also ensure that you don't mix personal expenses with your business capital. Some take loans even to get married. I've seen people who take loan and they tell you they pay the dowry for a spouse. So please ensure that what you intend to do, you have a solid plan. Ensure you have a fixed budget for the business that you want to venture. Ensure that you are ready emotionally and psychologically ready to practice and work through your business so that it becomes profitable, so that it gives you value for the loan that you have taken from bank. So that is it from me. I chose that topic, hoping it sounds some sense to someone out there. Should there be a missing piece of communication or other somewhere that you would want me to expound more on, please come to inbox. And thank you to those that have come into my inbox with a word of appreciation. Some are seeking more knowledge, some are appreciating to have learned things they never learned before. And it's always a pleasure to be here interacting with you, giving you business ideas and helping you where I can. Thank you so much. That has been my time. Until next time, goodbye.